We soon found Mr. Breckenridge's store, and Holmes asked him about his geese. I was surprised when Mr. Breckenridge replied angrily to Holmes's questions. "I have had enough. I am tired of people asking me, 'Where are the geese?' and 'Who did you sell the geese to?' and 'How much money do you want for the geese?' Enough!" With a little bit of difficulty, Holmes finally got the information we needed. The geese had come from Mrs. Oakshott, 117 Brixton Road. We were walking away when we heard shouting from Mr. Breckenridge's store. We turned round and saw a little man with a face like a rat in front of the store. "I've had enough of you and your geese. If you come here again, my dog will attack you," shouted Mr. Breckenridge at the little man. "Bring Mrs. Oakshott here, and I'll answer her. It's none of your business." "But one of them was mine," he replied. "Well, ask Mrs. Oakshott about it then," shouted Breckenridge. "She told me to ask you." "I don't care, go away." The little man started walking away, and Holmes and I went after him. Holmes put his hand on the man's shoulder. The little man turned around and looked frightened. He said, "Who are you? What do you want?" "Excuse me," said Holmes, "but I heard you talking to the storeholder, and I think I can help you." "You? Who are you? How could you know anything about all this?" "My name is Sherlock Holmes. It is my job to know what other people don't know." "But do you know anything about this?" "Excuse me, I know everything about this. You are trying to find some geese which were sold by Mrs. Oakshott of Brixton Road to a salesman called Breckenridge, who then sold them to Mr. Windigate of the Alpha Pub, who then gave one of them to a member of his goose club called Mr. Henry Baker." "You are the man I wanted to meet," said the little man. "I can't tell you how interested I am in this goose." "In that case, we should go and talk somewhere warm," said Holmes. "But first, please tell me your name." The man hesitated. "John Robinson." No, your real name," replied Holmes kindly. The man became red in the face. "My real name is James Ryder." "Exactly," said Holmes. "You work at the Hotel Cosmopolitan. Now let's get into this cab, and I will soon tell you everything you want to know." The man looked at us with frightened but hopeful eyes. He wasn't sure if something very good or very bad was going to happen to him. We then returned to Holmes's house to discuss the matter in front of a warm fire. "Here we are," said Holmes happily as we entered his room. "Now, do you want to know what happened to those geese?" "Yes, sir," replied Ryder. "But you really want to know what happened to that goose, the white one with a black bar across his tail?" Ryder trembled with emotion. "Oh, sir," he cried, "where did it go?" "It came here." "Here?" "Yes, and it was an incredible bird. I am not surprised that you want to find that goose. It laid an egg after it died, the brightest little blue egg that you have ever seen. I have it here." Our visitor stood up and then almost fell down. Holmes took out the blue carbuncle, and Ryder looked at it for a long time. He did not know if he should say it was his or not. "The game is over, Ryder. I know almost exactly what happened. Because you worked at the Hotel Cosmopolitan, you knew that the Countess of Morcar had the blue carbuncle in her room." "It was the Countess's servant, Catherine Cusack, who told me about it." "I see," continued Holmes. "So you and Catherine Cusack broke the grate in the Countess's room so that Horner had to come and repair it. You knew that Horner had had a part in the robbery before, so that he would be accused of this one." Then, when Horner had finished repairing the fireplace, you called the police and the unfortunate man was arrested. You then... Ryder threw himself onto the rug and held onto Holmes's knees. Please have mercy. Think of my father. Think of my mother. It would break their hearts. I have never done wrong before. Get back into your chair, said Holmes. It is easy to say that now, but you did not think of this poor Horner before. I will go away, Mr. Holmes, and without my declaration, Horner will be free. We'll talk about that next, said Holmes. And now, tell us how the blue carbuncle came into the goose, and how the goose came into the open market. Tell us the truth, because that is your only chance not to go to prison. Ryder moved his tongue over his dry lips and began his story. I will tell you exactly what happened. After I had the blue carbuncle, I was terrified. I did not know where to go. I thought I saw the police everywhere. Finally, I decided to go to my sister's. My sister married a man called Oakshott and lives on Brixton Road, where she keeps geese to sell at the market. When I arrived, she asked me what was wrong. I told her that I was upset about the robbery at the hotel. I then went outside where the geese are and smoked a pipe. I had a friend called Maudsley who had been in prison. He had told me how thieves sell what they steal, so I decided to go to him with the blue carbuncle. However, I didn't know how I could carry the blue carbuncle to his house. Then I had the idea to force one of the geese to swallow the stone. My sister had told me that I could have one of the geese for Christmas. So I caught one of the geese, a big white one with a black bar across his tail, and forced open its beak and pushed the stone in with my finger. The goose then swallowed the stone. Then I told my sister that I wanted my Christmas goose then. She thought it was a bit strange, but in the end she said I could have it. Unfortunately, while I was talking to my sister, the goose escaped and went among the other geese. I caught it again, killed it and took it to my friend Maudsley. I told him the story. We then cut open the goose, but we couldn't find a stone. I ran back to my sister and asked her if there were any other white geese with a bar across their tails. She said that there were 2 other ones, but she had sold them to a storeholder called Breckenridge in Covent Garden. I went to him, and he told me that he had sold them all. You heard him tonight. Now people will think I'm a thief, and I have not even touched a blue carbuncle. God help me! There was a moment of silence, and then Holmes got up and opened the door. Get out! Shouted Holmes. What, sir? Oh, thank you! Cried Ryder. No more words. Get out! And there were no more words. Ryder ran out of the room and out of the house. After all, Watson, said Holmes, taking his pipe, if the police can't catch their own criminals, I don't have to do it for them. And this Ryder will never commit another crime again. He's too frightened. And this is the season of forgiveness. Chance has given us an incredibly interesting little problem, and its solution is our reward. And now, Doctor, let's begin another investigation in which a bird is also the most important part. Our dinner.
The Blue Carbuncle, Part 2. Summary. Peterson's wife finds the blue carbuncle inside the goose. Henry Baker collects his hat. Holmes tracks down Mr. Windigate, Mr. Breckenridge, then James Ryder. Holmes solves the case but decides to let Ryder go as it is the season of forgiveness.